because so many of you guys asked for it after the Lions loss, I will do a draft video. We'll see how hard we dive in the next couple weeks, depending on what else the Cowboys do. But Dane Brugler dropped his first 2026 NFL mock draft. Cowboys have 2 first-round picks. I think it's worth at least discussing here. And if you want more Cowboys draft videos because you're down the dumps about the Cowboys' realistic playoff hopes and dreams, show it by liking the video right now. We will always try to do the videos you guys want to watch. So if you want more draft coverage, like today's video. We'll go rapid fire here on some of the picks in Dane's mock draft. Quarterbacks go off the board with trades 1, 2, 3. Arvell Reese goes number 3. You're not in range to get him, guys. You've won too many games already. Carnell Tate off the board at 4 to the Giants. Keldric Faulk, who Dane loves, off the board at 5. Rueben Bain off the board at 6, so 3 of the top edges gone. Another one, David Bailey, off the board too. So 4 edges/pass rushers. Now we count Arvell Reese, gone the first 8 picks. Spencer Fano is gone. Caleb Downs is off the board at 10 to the Bengals. Is worth mentioning, of course, this is based on the order before Thursday Night Football. Jeremiyah Love is off the board. Mansoor Delane, who the Cowboys probably won't take because of short arms, but I love him. Kenyon Sadiq to the Chiefs. Ty Simpson. Peter Woods, not that you go with a defensive tackle in the first round. I think that'd be insane asset investment, but those are the picks there before the Cowboys get on the board at number 16. In Dane's mock draft, he has them taking Jermod McCoy, the cornerback out of Tennessee. It is a bit of a gamble. The talent is undeniable, and if he were healthy, he might be like the 5th pick or something along those lines, or at least half as early in terms of the draft order there. But he hasn't played at all in 2025. He suffered a torn ACL at the very end of the 2024 season. Tennessee kind of out of it. They didn't rush him back. He should be good to go for the Combine. Here's the pitch, though, from Dane Brugler. With Trayvon Diggs' future in Dallas in doubt, he's gone. The Cowboys might look to upgrade at cornerback. Since he's coming back from an ACL tear, McCoy hasn't produced any 2025 tape to evaluate. However, his 2024 tape was outstanding, and he will be more than a year removed from his injury by the NFL Combine. Dallas has never been shy about taking chances on players coming off of injury. We'll go more in depth here on McCoy, but who do you want the Dallas Cowboys to draft in round 1? Boy, if David Bailey had fallen, I think that would have been a pretty fun pick for the Cowboys to make, but he was not there. So, who do you want to draft in round 1? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. McCoy's production very telling last season at Tennessee. He had in 2024, I should say, at Tennessee. Dane is extremely high on him. I think everyone who has watched him likes what they've seen. 6 foot, 195 is the listed size there. Should have decent length, should have very good speed as well. Had he played this year, Dane's got him as a top 10 player in his class, by the way. He could have easily been in that top 5 conversation. The talent is there, and corner very well could be a need. We'll see what Savone Rebel, I don't think, played well against the Lions. Kind of think coaching staff is not doing a great job of that. Kalen Carson at times looks good, at times looks bad. Deron Bland has not been nearly good enough this year. I kind of suspect it might be a defensive schematic issue more than anything else. But Diggs, I don't think will be here next year. Bland, Carson, Stewart, Revel, I think you're missing a piece. And I think you make the argument, I think this is what Dane's pick was, or taking the best player on the board. Others who were there, by the way, Caden Proctor and Francis Mauigoa, if you want to try a right tackle in place of Terrence Steele. Sonny Styles and C.J. Allen, the linebackers, were there. Cassius Howe is really good at football. He's got short arms, like sub 31 inches, and the track record there basically doesn't exist. But yes, I would have had interest there. I think all those edges go in the top 8, and Caleb Downs too. It's kind of a light class in general at the top. Everyone's going to want to trade down. I'm not sure you're going to be able to, though. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. It is the holiday season, a.k.a. the best time of the year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes for some, all happening at once. And while you and I make decisions every day, what to eat, what gifts to buy, which game to watch, or games to watch in the quad box, there's one place where it feels good to be right, and that is Prize Picks. Simple to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. Get those picks right, you could cash in. It's available in 45 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and, of course, Texas. Little Sunday Prize Picks slate for you. James Cook, more than rushing yards. That's almost 100. So actually gets to 100, I should say. Joe Burrow, more than passing yards, and what could be a shootout. Neither defense is that good this year. Emeka Egbuka, more than 60.5 receiving yards as well. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Some other picks here after the Cowboys selection. Caden Proctor, Francis Mauigoa off the board, back-to-back picks. Run stopper Caden McDonald to the Ravens. Sonny Styles, the linebacker, off the board. He's been really good, part of a loaded OSU defense this year. Denzel Boston, the receiver. Vega Oyane to the Eagles. Rising corner, Brandon Cisse out of South Carolina goes 23. Makai Lemon to the Niners. There's Cassius Howe, number 25. You're not going to take a receiver in Casey Concepcion, so probably a good thing for the Cowboys in the hypothetical draft world that some of the receivers go off the board. If you weren't sold on Jermod McCoy with the first pick, this pick I adore. That's C.J. Allen, the linebacker out of Georgia, who in a lot of different ways I really think provides what the Cowboys desperately lack right now at the linebacker spot. I would be over the moon to get Allen at 27 with that pick coming via the Packers. So grade Dane Brugler's mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. A, B, C, D, or F. Here's the pitch from Dane Brugler. And this is going to be like, yes, I want that guy. The linebacker play in Dallas has been abysmal all season. Allen's key and diagnose skills, instincts, would be a welcome addition. He is quick to read and fly to the football, plays with the punch to work off blockers, and rarely misses tackles. Scouts say Allen's competitive energy is the lifeblood of Georgia's defense. Didn't Dane just describe all the issues I have with 59, Kenneth Murray? Like, oh, he's actually going to work off blocks. Oh, he's got good instincts. He'll be in the right spot. I need that guy. Dane's even throwing out some Roquan Smith light comparisons there. 3.5 sacks this year, 8 TFLs, 80 tackles so far this year for C.J. Allen. Before, by the way, Georgia plays Bama in the SEC championship game. Cowboys have some players who are under contract next year. DeMarvion Overshown, obviously. Maurice Leafau, Shamar James. Logan Wilson is under contract. I would like to see him play more down the stretch, so I know for certain if I should bring him back or not. The Cowboys continue to give Kenneth Murray reps and hurt my mental health in the process. Jack Sanborn's a free agent as well, by the way. I think adding C.J. Allen makes a ton of sense for this Cowboys team. More to discuss here, some big picture stuff draft-wise, but we have year-round coverage of the Dallas Cowboys. News, rumors, draft, free agency, any coaching changes the Cowboys make this year. Hit that sub button if you haven't already, youtube.com/CowboysTV. The duo of Jermod McCoy, C.J. Allen, I'd be very happy with this. It's early December, so things can and will change dramatically. I think edge help is the main area you weren't able to do anything, which you only get 2 picks. You have some glaring needs. You're going to have to do some stuff in free agency. Edge help does remain that. Man, imagine if you could have gotten David Bailey and C.J. Allen, which a bit of a pipe dream, I think, to an extent. But it's worth mentioning as far as I'm concerned. Some others who were on the board, Avion Terrell, the Clemson corner. We want to go Terrell, McCoy, whatever. I think all those guys make some sense. Terrell's kind of got that dog in him, which I do think you would benefit from having him out there. TJ Parker was the top edge left. He went 31 to the Bears, by the way, in this mock draft. He hasn't been as good this year, though. His sacks have been cut in half. The TFLs, he's got 10 fewer. This wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be this year for Clemson. He's been a pretty big disappointment, but you can talk me into that pick at 27. Zion Young is Dane's next best edge rusher. That's out of Missouri. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, probably not worth pick 27, the Toledo safety, but he is really good. And if you had a second-round pick, I'd be all over that one. If we can get a second-round pick, I'd be all over that. Jake Golday is also one of his favorite linebackers. Has that linebacker head where the neck and the chin look like they're just one, like there's no differentiation. Like you put that giant neck collar on, and that's just 90s linebacker right there, baby. He's a good player too. Of notes, not mentioned at all, is Anthony Hill. Dane did not put him in the top 50. He thinks he goes day 2, says some scouts have third-round grades on him. I think there's some question marks of the coverage, maybe some of the instincts as well, but that is worth mentioning.